Hello everyone and welcome to the annual Memorial Day Parade in downtown Royal Oak. I'm Andy Aubrey along with my co-host, the First Lady of Royal Oak, Ms. Jody Ellison. Jody, how are you?
I'm fine, Andy. Thank you. How are you today?
We're doing well. Looks like the weather's going to hold out. We're looking forward to a great parade.
I'm certainly hoping so.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, we'll start this thing off with the traditional police department of the city of Royal Oak. Doing a fine job.
Smiling and waving, always a good way to start a parade.
We'll be doing the announcing for the street announcing as well as the TV today, so we apologize for any overlap, but hopefully things go smoothly.
Coming up right now, you should see the Royal Oak Fire Department Honor Guard.
The fire department does so many wonderful things for the city, different projects, including Safety Town. And in remembrance of the events of September 11th, 2001, the Woodlawn Church of God in Royal Oak, under the leadership of Pastor Mike O'Meyer, has made a generous donation of $22,750 to the Royal Oak Fire Department, which enabled the department to purchase many valuable pieces of communications equipment.
Just a few of our pieces of safety equipment, a couple of the trucks, including our latest acquisition. We talked about this last year, also the Bronto, 135 feet.
The Bronto.
The Bronto. And if you're lucky, you can drive by and watch them setting up and going way up into the sky.
Sheriff Bouchard, what are your plans for today?
Well, we're going to 3 different celebrations. We're here, obviously, in Royal Oak. Greatest spot. Got to start here. Then we're headed up to Rochester Hills. We're doing a ceremony up there. In fact, they're doing a special program to honor some of my deputies who have been called up and served in Iraq. And then we're down to Beverly Hills. So we're going around to the different spots because we really appreciate the veterans, especially today, but every day we appreciate what they do.
Well, thank you. Thank
have a great day.
You too. Have a Memorial Day. Back to you guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Megan. That was Sheriff Michael Bouchard, Oakland County Sheriff, doing a great job.
Sheriff, yeah, he makes the rounds today. Look at him, this guy. He's in fit condition.
Starting out his day at a run.
That's right. The Dare vehicle. I think they have a new Dare vehicle this year.
I think so. I don't
Used to be a
recognize
Camaro,
this
yeah.
one. The Cyclone.
The sheriff gets the coolest vehicles.
He sure does. Now, I'm not sure about this one. I'm going to make a guess, though, that this may have been a seized vehicle as well as...
Sometimes they are noted on the back. I know Royal Oak, we have a couple here that are from seizures.
Yeah, we're trying to.
And this is the boot camp vehicle. And we're also honoring some of the sheriff's deputies that have been called up to duty in Iraq today.
We have Second Lieutenant Bethany Sizemore, Sergeant Chris Cadote, Sergeant Trevor Sanford, and Sergeant Timothy Payne. And probably Sanford, not Sanford, but that's what happens on the run.
This is the part of the parade where they start to clip along on us.
Exactly,
Jody. We need to
exactly.
stay on our toes here, I can see.
They're in a hurry to get somewhere today.
Well, they got to get Sheriff Bouchard out of here. He needs to get to Rochester Hills and Beverly Hills.
Absolutely.
Couple Model A's. We have a USS Battleship Missouri B-63, hand-built by Carl Bullock of Troy, Michigan.
That's very impressive. I wonder where he built that. His garage must be cleaner than mine.
Used to be in a bottle. Very big one. And the Lions Club from Royal Oak, Michigan. World War II veteran Roger Kirk at the helm of the Lions Club today.
And we have the Kerr brothers being honored for being Vietnam veterans and all having served at the same time. Coming up here in the convertible from the Lions Club, driven by Diane Hoover, the wife of our...
Next we have the Kerr brothers, Vietnam veterans. And I know they received a special commendation from Senator Levin a couple years back. Quite a nice ceremony. Actually, all of our veterans are Grand Marshals, this year and every year.
Coming up now, Dondero High School and Kimball High School marching bands.
It's nice they can all get along.
Absolutely. Well, they'll have to. In about a year and a half, we'll be going to one high school.
Right. Directors of the band, Dave Jensen and Tim Foreman. They sound great.
They do, absolutely. And as they head off into the wild blue yonder, we have VFW Acorn Post 1669. Coming up, we have our Poppy Queens. In a moment, you're going to see the Junior Poppy Queen, Abby Ross, and the Senior Poppy Queen, Melanie Ross. The VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, traces its roots back to 1899 with veterans of the Spanish-American War and the Philippine Insurrection, 1899 through 1902. They founded local organizations to secure rights and benefits for their service. Also says the mission of the VFW is to honor the dead by helping the living through veteran service, community service, national security, and a strong national defense.
We are now on. Hey.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Technical difficulties have been corrected. American Legion Post and Auxiliary 253.
And we have the Three Flags chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Another volunteer organization. The DAR does scholarships, other community service, very active.
Go to Megan. She's got somebody down there.
All right, I'm here with Tracy Fleming, whose daughter is in the parade here playing baton. How early did you have to get up this morning to get her ready?
5 a.m. we got up.
Yep. Was it a struggle?
Yeah,
How long has she been playing baton?
for the whole entire school year.
Is she always in the parade here?
It's our first year. They've been doing it for 10. It's our first year.
Okay. All right, well, thank you, Tracy. Back to you guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Megan.
Megan. Now we've got the Celtic pipes and drums. A touch of Scotland and Ireland here in Royal Oak.
Always one of my favorites. Do you think it has anything to do with the heritage there, Andy?
Possibly just a little bit. The red hair threw me off.
I know,
Slightly.
Royal Canadian Post 84. That's the Maple Leaf Post, established in 1935.
Next up, we've got the Wolverine Living History Group. The Wolverine Living History Group.
Following them, we have KFC District Number 48 from the National Shrine of the Little Flower.
Next up, we've got the Ezra Parker chapter, the Daughters of the American Revolution. Daughters of the American Revolution, founded in 1890, is a volunteer women's service organization dedicated to keeping America strong by promoting patriotism, preserving U.S. history, and supporting educational programs.
Period costume with period instruments. That's a beautiful wooden flute.
Takes me back to 1776.
Ah, remember it well.
And there's Debbie Stabenow. And we're going to go to Megan next.
Memorial Day, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. It's not raining, and people are in great moods.
What do you got planned on for today?
Well, I'm here, and then we'll be also joining folks over in Madison Heights, and then I'm going to be giving a keynote in Detroit at the Veterans Memorial Center, and then driving down to Monroe. So we got a busy day.
You do have a busy schedule here.
But I'm so glad to be starting here. We started with the breakfast at the Farmers Market, and I'm really glad to be starting in Royal Oak.
Great, great. Well, we're so happy to have you here. Back to you guys. Have a great Memorial Day.
Thanks.
Thanks, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
Next up, Congressman Sander Levin.
And it was supposed to rain, and instead, it's sunny in Royal Oak.
Sunny and it's beautiful. You have a great day. Happy Memorial Day.
Congressman Levin, how are you?
He started on his.
Directly behind Sandy, we have Marie Donegan, who is our newest U.S. representative, actually the Michigan representative. For those of you who get confused about that, as I sometimes do, she represents us in the Michigan House.
Thank you, Jody Ellison, for our government history lesson. That's
Civics
important.
101, absolutely.
And there's Dave Woodward, Oakland County Commissioner Dave Woodward. Looks like Dave's got his jogging shoes on today. He's out there shaking hands, giving out flags.
We're not sure. They were on our seats when we got here.
First Baptist Church of Royal Oak.
Good news people in a bad news world. First Baptist Church of Royal Oak, organized in 1839, has met for worship here on Main Street ever since. Marching and singing the parade is Pastor David Nichols and his wife, Lena Berg, director of the Handbell Choir, and some of the children from the Olive Branch Daycare Center.
The 9th Kentucky Infantry.
They're actually from the Revolutionary War, correct?
I believe so.
They were frozen?
They were frozen
and thawed out this morning.
cryogenically and thawed out
Yes.
just for us. We'll be putting them back again at the end of the day.
And we'll bring them
So
out
they're
next
fresh
year.
for next year, yes.
Royal Oak Memorial Society.
Grand Marshal, is that Stan Sherman we see?
And I think Megan's got somebody for us.
Good. Hi, Carol. How are ya? What's your float all about?
The float represents the Veterans Monuments in front of City Hall in the alleyway, where we're trying to move it to a more serene spot.
Okay.
So we want everyone to know that we'd like their support in this project. And the float was built and donated by the Royal Oak Elks Club.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Well, thank you so much. You enjoy your day. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Megan. And yes, it's a project near and dear to their heart. I know they want to see if they can relocate that monument. Elks Lodge, 1523. Who's behind that? Actually, the replica monument is almost as nice as the monument.
It is, and almost as big.
Next, we have the Victory Christian Center. Here supporting the troops. And here's the Oak Ridge Longfellow Preschool. And the Kindergarten Acorns.
I don't know about you, Andy, but this is the type of Memorial Day that I grew up with in my small town, too. And it's very comforting. It's very reassuring to know that we have so many people who are interested in being involved and remembering those people who've served our country. It's just heartwarming to me.
Absolutely. That's why we have the day. And I think some people enjoy the day off of work. I don't know if that has something to do with it, but the purpose is honor those who have fought for our freedom. Next up, we have the PAC 1631 Cub Scouts. behind them, the Troop 1615 Boy Scouts.
Close on their heels. Always a favorite in any parade. We have McGruff, the crime dog.
McGruff, the crime dog. Royal Oak Police Department. Retiree Terry drink wine on the handling today.
Well, we also know him as our sitting city commissioner,
And
Terry
he is a
Drinkwine.
yes.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Does she have a license to drive that vehicle?
The two-wheel one down here? Oh, I thought
That
she
one,
actually does
yeah.
have four. Now she's doing pretty well if she doesn't.
Mr. Paul Cologne. Next up, it's the FOE Union number 2092. Fraternal Order of Eagles. People helping people.
Like many of the fraternal groups today, it looks like the FOE is going to be placing a wreath at the cemetery in remembrance of those who've lost their lives in support of our freedom.
We have the Royal Oak Optimist Club.
And riding in the convertible, Jack and Patty Salter.
Next up, the Jane Addams Middle School Marching Band. I'm always amazed. Their band for a middle school. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
It's that feeder system. Don Darrow and Kimball.
Absolutely. That's why we have such a good high school band.
That's true.
And now I guess there's going to be dancing in the streets. Follow this
Dancing.
beat.
All right, Mayor Ellison, how are you today? Great. Fantastic. What are your thoughts about today?
Oh, it's an exciting day. The weather's beautiful. The weather gods have cooperated with us again. It's always nice to have the good weather for the parade in Royal Oak. I think we dodged the bullet last year too, so it's good to have the nice weather.
So where are you heading today?
Where am I heading today? Actually, we'll go up to the cemetery and we'll do the service up there, and then I think I'm heading back home to do chores around the house. Quite honest.
Well, you have fun today. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Megan.
Thanks,
Mayor.
Megan.
What a mayor.
I
he's a great
understand,
guy.
though, that he has some kitchen work
He
to
said
do when
he-
he gets home.
It is on record now. He's working
It's
around the
on
house, so
record.
he cannot duck out of that. I love it. Well, while we were speaking with the mayor, we had the Jenny Gordon Baton Schools, and next up, the Girl Scout Troop 156. Also. And yes, they've switched up on us. Not unusual. That's okay. We're flexible. The Chamber of Commerce vehicle.
The 2005 Royal Oak Youth of the Year for the Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan is Paul Boker. Going to be graduating from Kimball High School next week. Congratulations, Paul.
2005 Athlete of the Year, Shane Carmen.
And the Spirit Award winner, David Paznowski. Oh my goodness, we have a Dream Cruise King and Queen. If I'd have known that, I'd have worn my tiara.
I was gonna say you're past queen, aren't you? Of something?
No, probably just the princess.
Royal Oak Rotary International, Major Don Francisco.
From National Shrine of the Little Flower again, we have Cub Scout Pack 1634.
Cub Scout Pack 1634.
Little tiger cubs and bear cubs there.
Following them, Longfellow School, Cub Scout Pack 1611.
And from Mark Twain, Pack 1633.
I did not know Tigger was in the Cub Scouts.
He must be one of those Tigger Scout.
A Tigger Cub. Our
Tigger
director,
Cub.
Greg Walter, just threw that in there. I love it. You talk about a guy thinking on his feet.
Wait a minute, he's probably the only one sitting right now.
Why isn't he out here doing this? He's the
Next
golden
year.
voice of Royal Oak,
Absolutely.
Mr. Greg Walter. Next up, we have the Helen Keller Middle School Marching Band.
Thank you. Keller Middle School Marching Band.
They sound great.
It's going to be incredible. We're going to have a 500-person band once these schools merge.
They're going to have intermission, another set, new
Absolutely.
players.
But all of the bands will quake in fear when we come near.
There will be no football. We're just going to have bands. Next up, Cub Scout Pack 1627 from Whittier Elementary School. And I know that is not the Northwood Girl Scouts.
That isn't. I think that's Cub Scout Pack 1607. American Legion Post 253.
hear it for those Cub Scouts. Get those service organizations started out early.
Absolutely.
The Rotarians of tomorrow.
Oh, and the changing out of the flag.
That flag gets heavy.
It does. That's a long way to carry a flag. Especially when you're about 3 feet tall.
And the flag's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, really. Now I think we have our Northwood Girl Scouts.
There they are. I can only imagine how this must go at the very beginning of the parade. See,
Oh,
getting everybody lined up properly is an incredible job. Pat Taylor's done a fantastic job on this thing over the years, and she should be commended for that.
fabulous. And I think it grows every year. I think we
It
have
does.
more people participating.
Thank you.
Next up, the Royal Oak Elks, Chapter 1523. And the Wapiti Club. Following them is Oakland Troop 3043.
Hey guys, I have Joe here, and he's going to tell us what the Vestran Corner is.
It's a university in Main Street, and our family's been coming here ever since the parade started.
And when was that?
Oh, I bet March in the 40s.
I'm telling your age right now on TV, so when was that?
I'm 68. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm not young and good like you. But our family's been here. All my brothers and I all marched in this parade.
Really?
And all 7 of us served in the
So were you guys
military.
the Cub Scouts? Were you guys all the Cub Scouts?
on up. We're all ex-servicemen. My mother was always said she was proud. She had 7 sons that served. They all came home. Well, we were different, but we all came home alive.
Right. And thank God for that, right?
Right.
That's what Memorial Day is all about. Thank God. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
Well, we've got Brownie troops and Girl Scouts and more Girl Scouts. And next up, the Royal Oak Youth Football, Royal Oak Chargers.
I don't think we know.
I think this is the 21st annual Royal Oak Memorial Day Parade. To piggyback off of that gentleman's words, the Chargers and the Chiefs here.
I know, like their family, there are a lot of other families that meet here every year. They have their particular spots picked out, and you see them set up early with their lawn chairs and their blankets on the curb. You walk by, it's a community gathering. I think a game of football just broke out right on the street.
I think it did, yes. I went to a parade and a football, game broke out. Yeah. These guys are showing some of their plays early. I don't know. I think they want to keep the playbook closed and hold the stuff close to the vest. There's a lot of enthusiasm in that play.
Maybe, yeah.
I think this is scrimmage speed. I'm not
I think
sure.
so.
But
I think they're faking us out. These aren't their real plays.
That's right.
They're keeping the other ones close to the vest there.
next up, the Royal Oak Historical Society.
If you have a chance, stop down at the farmer's market. They're still having pancakes until noon, I believe. Historical Society puts on that pancake breakfast, and it's fabulous. Their banner says Royal Oak is trendy, Royal Oak is historical. Pretty much covers the bases.
Yep, that's both. Calliope back for another appearance. Dave and Vicki Banks. This is an authentic antique circus calliope built around 1900. A rare 53 whistle variety, largest of the air calliopes. One time it was in the fun house of the old Eastwood Gardens Amusement Park in Detroit. And for many years owned by the Detroit Edison Company.
Definitely a commanding presence at any parade. I love listening to the Calliope.
Well, you can't be sad listening to a
No,
calliope.
you really can't. You
know,
really
there's
can't.
No crying aloud.
And here
During
we
flag
have
music.
representatives. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
that's
off.
Quite all right.
Our fabulous DPW department. We have our trucks coming up all nice and clean and decked out for the day. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my cue to leave. I need to go off headset and go join my family up at the cemetery for the presentation of wreaths.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it.
Jody, a pleasure was ours. Mayor, we will see you. And again, a fine job. And hopefully we do it again next year and the sun has come out for you and you have enjoy the rest of your day. It was a pleasure working with you.
Happy Memorial Day.
So with that, we will take a quick look at a couple of our DPW vehicles here. Guaranteed to stay this clean all year long, right? And I can only imagine the very important work that this vehicle performs. So with that, I will welcome Megan here. She is here now, and we're going to pretty much get ready to wrap this up. Megan, a fine job. Welcome, congratulations.
I'm so glad that the rain did not come out. It stayed sunny. It's actually getting a little bit warmer out here.
It is. It's getting warm.
Where
It's nice.
we could go start the barbecues and eat some good old-fashioned American food.
Fire up those barbecues, and a fine job on the interviews. We enjoyed that.
I had
And
a lot of fun. This was very fun.
Isn't it great?
Yes,
It's better when it's
great.
not raining. Trust
Yes.
me on that,
Oh.
because it's happened at other days and we're trying to cover up equipment, and you know how that goes.
No,
So,
not good. Not good.
with that, I think we'll sign this parade off. And thank you all for joining us. And thank you to Jody Ellison, and Mayor Ellison, and all of the city commissioners and the other representatives, and congressmen, and so forth that were out here today. And we'll thank you for joining us. And
Happy
see you-
Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day. We'll see you next year.
Thanks.